Welcome to today's presentation from sunny Southern California. Now, there's no better place to give an iced tea demonstration than in the outdoors. Why? Because the outdoors is where you want to entertain your friends, but it's also a great place where you just want to be alone with your book or journal writing. And so today, I'm going to be demonstrating two products from our website. One is our tea dripper Largo tea stand here, and the other is our Hario automatic tea kettle. Now, this tea kettle this one in particular has been with me for 10 years, and I love this automatic kettle. One, if you are entertaining outdoors or you're sitting outdoors and you want to replenish your tea, but you don't necessarily want to keep going in and out, you can bring your kettle with you. It's automatic. And it's just a high quality way to quickly get your water boiling for your tea. Of course, I always use high quality Kangen water, and I have my little to-go package. Okay, so for the sake of today's demonstration, I'm going to be using our Pink Passion fruit tea. Now, this tea does not have the Camellia sinensis leaf in it. It's filled with apples and peaches and hibiscus, and apples, peaches, hibiscus, and apricots. And so what I love about this tea, not only is its intense, deep, sweet flavor that has a little of that hibiscus tanginess, but it also is just a beautiful presentation with this deep red hue. So now I'm gonna get going. So the first thing you'll want to do with your tea dripper Largo stand is make sure that you take the top off. So the beauty of this is you have the top so that you make sure that your tea is getting its full steep. And so you want to first remove that. I'm going to use probably about 4 good heaping spoonfuls of tea because I really want to so whenever you're making your iced tea, you want to almost make a concentrate of your tea because once you pour it over water, you don't want to have a watery iced tea. You want to have a good, flavorful drink. So I start with a good amount of leaves. There we go. Okay. Put the top there. Now we've already made our water hot, but I'm going to pour this over so. And you can see as I pour it in, the steam just coming up, and I'm going to pour it to the top. Now, the beauty of this is when you are entertaining outdoors, you can see the leaves just turning inside of this beautiful bowl, right? I'm going to put a little bit more in there. I'm going to fill it to the brim. Okay, great. And now I'll put the top on. So as we're waiting for that to steep, you can start to see the color really coming alive there, right? And you can see the movement of the fruit bits in there. Oh, I love it. Now there's a couple of things that I like to add when I'm using Pink Passion or when I'm making Pink Passion. I'm not a big sugar person, and I don't like to put honey in my tea, and neither one of those are bad if you like that. Many years ago, I used to use agave all the time, and I actually removed myself from using agave anymore for a lot of reasons. So I actually use stevia, and you just need, whenever you're using stevia, you just need a tiny bit because it feels like it's about 10 times the sweetness of sugar, but I think it's a lot better for you. So I'm going to be using this stevia today, and I love the presentation just topped off with a nice something around the rim. So it could be a lemon or a mint or something. Now the lemon is actually going to add a little bit of flavor to this tea. So cut into this. There we go. There we go. So I'm going to put this aside because that will go on the rim of my glass. But I'm also going to start by just taking a few of these little bits of these seeds out. Okay. One more little, this fella doesn't want to go anywhere. Okay, there we go. And then I just squeeze enough in there just so that I get the flavor from it, right? Okay. So if you start to see what I'm making, it's a little bit of an Arnold Palmer, but a little higher end Arnold Palmer, right? Maybe a Naja Palmer. Okay, there we go. So just enough there. Perfect. Okay, so I'll look at my tea. I do like to every once in a while stir it up. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Look how beautiful. Now I'm going to give that a couple of more minutes. Generally, when I'm steeping an herbal tea or a fruit tea, I want to make sure that I really dig into that as a concentrate. So I'm going to give that a couple of more minutes. And in the meantime, I've brought a little bit of ice outdoors. Okay. So I'm going to fill her up with ice. There we go. Maybe I'll do a couple more. There we go. Okay. So still letting that steep. Maybe I'll give it one more little spin here. Oh my gosh, it's really coming along, and you can smell the hibiscus. That hibiscus has such a unique scent, and the apples and the apricots just sweeten it up quite a bit. Okay, so when you're using the automatic kettle, again, this does not go on your stovetop. This is an automatic kettle that you plug in, and so you have, I don't have it here because my the bottom is actually plugged in on the other side. But what you do is you fill it up to the max, and it has a max line inside. And then what you do is you push that little lever right there, and it will turn itself off when it's ready. You'll hear it, and it will start to really kind of bubble up, and then it shuts itself off. It generally takes under a minute to really get to a good boil. Okay, so now let's see. I think our tea is ready. So here's the beautiful part of this presentation, right? It has a little lever on the side that you can now just push, and watch what happens to my tea. It just steeps on down. It pours itself down, prepared, ready to be had. Now, if you're using, say, a green tea or an oolong tea or any of the true teas, Naja teas, let's see what we have here. There we go. Now, of course, it knows when to stop because it's only going to steep in the amount of liquid that you have inside of this bowl. Now, the beauty of Naja teas is that they can be steeped multiple times. Usually your pink passion, you can steep it twice, but our other teas you can steep up to 4 times and still have a really good quality flavor. And each time you're going to get a different nuanced flavor from it. So make sure you're re-steeping your teas. Okay, now what I'm going to do first is just put a hint of my stevia in now. Perfect. And you can see how beautiful that is. Just look how pinkish red, and oh, it smells delicious. Pour it in. Woo. Pour it in. And then of course, what do you do? Now with this Largo tea stand, it also has a little drip mat on the bottom. So that's a great way to protect your glass and also protect your table from heat. Okay, so now I'm going to take my little lemon, put it on the side. I'm going to top it off with just a hint of lemon inside. Stir it up. Oh, that's delicious. Imagine entertaining with friends or just being by yourself in your backyard or on your patio or somewhere where you can just have a nice moment to enjoy a great cup of tea during the spring or during the summer. Make sure to get your tea dripper Largo stand for a beautiful presentation and your Hario automatic tea kettle to make your life easier, and you're going to sip, savor, and enjoy.